Hey guys, it's Rival. No face cam today. I'm not feeling the best. Looking a little bit under the weather, but regardless, not going to stop me from doing a replay for you guys. I have already done built my good friend E-West Riven one trick. As you can see, he's on an absolute rampage in E-West solo queue, holding a 64% win rate on his main champion over 245 games in the highest rank in one of the most competitive servers in the entire world. Just doesn't lose on this champ, really, as we can see. 1669 is currently ranked 2/3. Activu is also ranked 2-3. They have the same amount of LP. I don't know who's rank 1, but they're 200 LP above both of them. So Built's got a little bit of way to go before rank 1. But either way, look at the absolute win streak that he's on lately. We're going to be breaking down a gameplay today versus Magifelix, who's a rank 4 player at the moment. And in lane, he's against the #1 Aatrox on the server, Nail. This is an absolute carry, guys. I'm more than excited to bring this gameplay to you. Let's jump into it. Dude, I've already done a review on Built before. My good friend Built, this is rank 2 EU West, Riven one trick, currently sitting at just under 1700 LP, the highest he's ever been. Rank 1 is currently 1850, I believe. Still got a little bit of way to go. I could not be more excited to bring you a second review of this guy. Honestly, how good this dude is at Riven just deserves another replay. We got the Riven versus Aatrox matchup today. Versus the #1 Aatrox EU West, no doubt. Nail, or I think his name's Leon. Leon. Is an Aatrox one trick as well, sitting at about 1000 LP challenger. So we've got a pretty spicy matchup here. Built going Conqueror, Aatrox going Conqueror. Resolve, we have Sorcerer on the side of Riven. Typically, I don't really like going Resolve in this matchup as the Riven. Aatrox can break it really easily with his Qs. Obviously, it's a very pokey sort of trade matchup, or pokey trade pattern, sorry. So heading a Q can just break Riven's bone plating. And then second wind as well isn't too bad, but I prefer the movement speed. I personally take Nimbus Cloak Transcendence. Riven really starts to excel once she has CDs because she can use a lot of her spells to dodge Aatrox's Q sweet spots. So it's pretty important that Riven gets to her access of her CDR early. This matchup used to be easy. I don't know what happened. I think it's Aatrox's buffs, but he's gotten a lot harder lately. I'm not really sure why. Either way, I have found that this matchup, it's not unplayable, it's just tricky. You have to really predict where Aatrox is going to Q the sweet spot and try your best to dodge it. Because the only way Aatrox kind of wins this matchup is he just pokes you down and then all-ins you about 30%. They both have Ignite this matchup, so there's definitely going to be some kill pressure here. I have watched this gameplay ahead, seeing it on OPGG rather, or League of Graphs. I think Built goes 16-5. Obviously on the enemy team as well, we have the absolute notorious EU West King. I think he's had like 5 accounts in Challenger at one stage, top 10 or something like that. Magifelix, mid lane on his Lucian. I don't know why. All I've seen lately, I pretty much only watch E-West streamers. I've only seen Magifelix playing Lucian mid. Not really sure why he's doing that, but either way, obviously ADCs are really strong in the solo lane right now. I'm going to stop talking around the match, the rest of the match. I'm going to talk about Riven versus Aatrox. As I said before, I think Built goes Transcendence and Gathering Storm. I personally prefer Nimbus Cloak. I feel like having a combat summoner like Ignite or Exhaust or Barrier or Heal or something like that with a 3-minute 30 cooldown has a lot of value. You can use it out as an aggressive or as a defensive summoner spell. Sorry if my voice is a bit scuffed as well, by the way. I'm actually quite sick. That's why there's no face cam today. I think I mentioned that in the intro. Either way, let's see how we're going. We have the Doran's Blade start on the side of Riven. I don't mind kind of any start here. I actually think I might prefer Doran's Shield or Longsword 3 over D-Blade. But I could be wrong. We see a Pike, a Shyvana, a Singed, and an Aatrox converging in the Tri-Brush here. Let's see if anything can... Oh, and a Rumble. If any can eventuate it. Riven gets hit by a stun of some kind. Not really sure which one it was. Either way, they should win this just because Singed is level 2. Riven coming across level 4 here. Singed got the Predator boots. The Predator going already. As we pick up the kill, a double on the Pike. I think Pike's going a little bit ham here. Aatrox still has the Ignite. He has to be very careful. Third Q Ignite. Auto. Dead. Aatrox getting a fat shot down there. Riven should still pick up the double buffs. Perfect. Nothing crazy to talk about there. Just one of those skirmishes. Those skirmishes are actually really important though. It's kind of like a game-winning sort of thing. Riven having the most optimal lane that she possibly can. Probably thinning it out a tiny little bit too much. Would have left her a creep. Personally, we have Lucian coming top. That's why she's kind of attacked the wave that way. So I quite like the roam from Lucian here because when Aatrox dies, when a top laner dies, it's actually faster for them to get back mid because mid is a shorter lane. So for the mid laner to rotate top, it's actually quite smart, guys. You should really take that into account just when you're looking on the rest of the map. If you're a mid laner and your top laner is dead, feel free to go top. You're just kind of like making it faster for him to get back to lane. And also, he really wants to prevent Built with getting his buy off here. Built sitting on a fair bit of gold, obviously, from that skirmish. So we want to take it Want to take it slow here, put a little bit of pressure, stop him from spending that gold and wasting a little of that double buff duration. Obviously, it's optimal to base on a cannon wave, but Lucian has really, really fast push. So we'll see if he can get it in time. Build opts to stay. Magifelix hits level 6 here. Definitely could make a play happen. Build taking a lot of damage. Magifelix might look to push him off the wave here. The level 6 saving build there, I reckon. Ugh. He's got a really nice Q on him, Magifelix's Lucian, to be honest. Pyke coming up top here. It's actually quite a nice roam from Pyke. Level 3 with his Moby Boots rush. It's kind of just a bit tricky because Build can't get close here. He's very low. Like a Q and 2 waters or something. Oh, and the Karthus hold as well. Yeah, pretty unlucky. Build's double buffs has almost run out as well. I feel like he should have just bit the bullet and then based on that cannon wave. Might have been optimal. We have Rumble coming. Surely Rumble picks up the kill on the Lucian here. No flash on the side of Lucian either. Build not greeting, guys. You need to take this into account. It's really important, and what I see a lot of low elo players do, they'll still go 1-for-1 in situations like that. Like the Riven will go to greed and they'll still trade 1-for-1. There's just no need for it. Just don't greed. Give it across to the Rumble. Shyvana getting pinged the absolute shit out of. I think they know that she's invading. As we see Riven and Rumble converging. Build still hasn't bought or based, sitting on about 30% HP. This could go bad. We have Aatrox converging as well. And Shyvana actually hits level 6 off that smite. Oh, this is scary. Agoran playing it smart around the Riven. Yeah, they can't do anything here. I feel like, so in the interest of like events transpiring in this game, see if Build survives. In the interests of events transpiring in this game, as he picks up a clean little win slash there, lovely. I think Draven forced the Shyvana to go back up. So if you kind of break down in the terms of butterfly effect, if Build in that situation had a base on that cannon wave, I feel like things could have just gone a little bit differently. It didn't end up too bad because the Draven roamed up, but either way. We have red buff on the side of the Riven, still goes for the Pickaxe, Caulfield's Warhammer. Obviously the CDR component, very important in this matchup. As I mentioned before, you have to get your CDR component first. Faster than anything else. You probably can go Iron Spike Whip, but because Aatrox has gone Tabby, which I think is actually quite smart of a buy, definitely takes off some of his kill pressure, but having Aatrox being able to kite out, it's sort of the same principle as Yasuo. You kind of want to be able to kite your opponent and not get all into it. Obviously, Riven can just 100-0 a lot of champions. Aatrox, if he had opted for damage here, could have easily gotten one shot. So the Boots 2 is going to really help him with those kiting sort of situations. Definitely helps him reposition the Qs as well with those Boots 2. So definitely not a bad buy at all. I quite like it. That being said, it's hard to say. I like the buy into Riven. I don't like the buy into the rest of the map. So obviously, it doesn't really give much value into the Rumble. So he definitely could have probably gone damage component first. Cleaning up the wave nicely there. Looks like this is going to be a little bit even. Farmers Riven's down 11 at 12 CS now. Sitting on a ward, maybe another little skirmish here. As we see Singed hovering topside, Riven dodging the first Q by Aatrox. Lovely with the E there. Q's out of the way to Q2. Agoran secures the dragon with that Shyvana. Been seeing Shyvana jungle get a lot of play lately. The AP specifically got some crazy poke damage. It's pretty useless when you're behind though. As you see, those Qs really hurt despite him only having 2 longswords and a Doran's blade. So if he's able to poke the Riven down, Riven without Gore Drinker as well is very susceptible to being poked down. She has no sustain. No innate sustain either, so for example a Renekton can queue up to full HP, Aatrox can use his passive, etc, etc. Riven has nothing of that, so it's very important for her to be careful, not to get poked down once she's on her components of her Gore Drinker. We see a skirmish breaking out, so Builders push the wave in here, so Aatrox is already going to miss the wave. We see Karthus ult come down, he's going to sacrifice the plate to go and see if he can turn this skirmish, but it might be over by the time he gets there as Tear falls and so does Rumble. Aatrox getting those resets. Very scary when Aatrox gets resets. The reason why Aatrox's ult is so good is because when he gets a reset, the Triumph healing is doubled. Delaying a little bit of time. Lovely. Aatrox does have the Ignite, so any chance that he can delay the Aatrox coming back to lane, he's going to take it. Let's see if he takes... Yeah, he's going to push the wave here. Of course he is. Lovely. He should be pretty close to Gore Drinker now. Actually, I think a plate will probably put him on Gore Drinker buy. Aatrox has the components for Gore Drinker, obviously because he's gone for the Tabby early. He's not going to have Gore Drinker for a little bit. It's going to offset the gold by a while, but he did get 2 kills in that fight, so this Aatrox is starting to look pretty scary. 12 to 10 on leaderboard at 10:40 with an Infernal Dragon on the side of the blue team. Built's going to take the base here. I won't be surprised if he comes back with a completed Gordrinker. Riven definitely has probably the combat advantage just with the Mythic here. Gordrinker obviously kind of giving you an infinite amount of sustain now that it gives Omnivamp in lane, as well as the active. You just able to cast it on the enemy champion. We have a 400 gold shutdown on the side of the Aatrox, so let's see if Built's able to get it out with the Mythic Rush. I think the components-wise, Built's items look a little bit better, but Aatrox can still definitely hold his own with Boots 2 here. Aatrox ultless though. Did he use QO? I didn't even know he could do that. The heck? Well played. Taking lots of damage. This might be an all-in. Yeah. Oh, that was so sick. Okay. We need to break that down. Coming from Riven main, I know exactly what he did, but I need to explain it to you guys. Let's go half speed. Let's focus on Riven here. Q1 hits. Q2 also hits. Passive also hits. Riven takes Bone Plating. Conqueror 1 is up. She dodges 3Q with her E. Conqueror starting to stack. We see Ignite come out on the side of both players. Aatrox cancels. Okay. Here's the part we have to watch. Riven flashing backwards there cancels Aatrox's passive auto. So just quickly back again. I'll show you exactly what I mean here. So this is the turning point right here. So as Aatrox goes to auto with his passive, Riven would 100% die from this, and he's over half HP. So once Built 3Q flashes back, basically when Riven ults, her third Q gets a bigger range, as in the knockup range is bigger. It's so much bigger that it actually would cancel Aatrox's auto because the knockup cancels the auto animation. So when Riven flashes backwards here, you'll see Aatrox's auto cancel, flash. Aatrox's auto cancels there. Riven breaks it. Obviously, she would have died to that. The 3Q knocks Aatrox up so he can't auto her, but Wind Slash. Lovely. Very, very, very well played. So nice. I think the first player I ever saw to do that was Box, actually. So lovely to watch. It's actually a really hard thing to do as well, because you have to have the right amount of distance between you and the enemy champion to get the knockup off without being autoed. It's a very specific thing, like it only happens in very specific situations, but nonetheless, it's a very, very effective, and in those situations, it obviously works. As he picks up a 400 gold shutdown, Riven sitting on a 300 now, definitely has kind of carry potential now. It's 13 to 11. The game's still quite close. Gold only 700 difference. Riven picking up a couple of plates. Another wave. Riven's wave clear once you get Gordrinker is absolutely lethal. Skip ahead. Blue buff on the side of Riven as well. Ionian Boots Lucidity and Anti-heal picked up by the Riven. Okay, I need to discuss anti-heal because I feel like a lot of people buy it at the wrong time. If you rush anti-heal, you're just delaying your spikes. You honestly should get it after your first item, especially if you have Ignite. If you have Ignite, you should be relying on that for all your anti-heal. In times like now, when you're going to be fighting a lot more in the mid-game and you need to cut Aatrox's healing because as he comes into his Gordrinker buy, that anti-heal is going to be very helpful, especially when you don't have any Ignite up. Level 10 to level 9 on the Aatrox side. Aatrox has ult now though. Riven with her ult as well. Both Gordrinkers though. It's going to be hard to kill this Aatrox with no Ignite, but I guess the Executioner's Calling is going to help as well. You'll see both players probably won't really lose health. It's just going to come down to like Gordrinker. Okay, never mind, they're fighting. I'm lying. Very well played. Aatrox slashing there, nothing really that he can do. Feel like Riven's just kind of a little bit ahead with that anti-heal and the Ionian Boots of Lucidity. As I said, the component of getting your CDR into Aatrox is very important. So once Riven has the Gordrinker and the CDR boots, obviously with the Mythic passive inside the Gordrinker, we know that it gives more CDR, or more haste rather. Once those items are bought, we see Riven taking down the tower here. Singe coming to answer, but might get... Is this first tower? Maybe. First tower as well? This Riven's very fed. 610 gold on the side of the Riven here. Let's see if she goes... I'm curious to see what component or what item he goes into next. I quite like Black Cleaver into Aatrox first because of the added haste, the armor shred for the Tabby, and the health is quite nice. I feel like Death Dance doesn't quite give you enough damage or utility to take care of Aatrox. Makes you probably a little bit better in team fights, but we have level 11 Riven on the side of the red team compared to a level 9 Aatrox. This is what a 1700 Riven one trick is made of, guys. Absolute monster. 14 to 14. Got a very close game on our hands. Let's see how Built can translate his lead around the rest of the map. We have 123 side on the Riven. CS on the side of the Riven, sorry. As we look for a flank here, one of Built's key strengths is playing around Vision Denial. Once she has those CDR boots, she just traverses the map so easily. We see Aatrox burn his exhaust. Oh no, it was Lucian, sorry. Picks up a kill here for his team. Doesn't quite get it himself, but that's alright. Goes to attend the dragon, but we know because Aatrox is off the map, they're probably not really going to contest. Rumble will be taking the, I think that's a haste dragon. What's it called? The Sparky electric one? Hextech Dragon, that's what it's called. Sorry, I was trying to remember. It's actually a really, really good dragon on Riven as well. Probably one of the best dragons on Riven. The ability haste and the attack speed make it feel so nice. 6 ability haste as well from one dragon is kind of nuts. As we see, Aatrox face checking the Riven, level 12 to level 11. Level 10, sorry. Shyvana ulting. Singe can't quite get the fling off. Gore Drinker. I think Riven should survive here. Aatrox will fall to the Rumble. Gonna have to E. Triumph comes through, saving the Riven. Lovely. Rumble does fall to the Shyvana. Singe still running around. We see Pyke looking to fight. Riven can turn this once she has ult in about 15 seconds. Gore Drinker can do a really good job at keeping you in these fights. So my prediction is Riven's going to wait for ult here, all in with Gore Drinker. She also has Ignite too. Wait, that's actually quite close. I really didn't think that would be quite so close. Like Riven and Shyvana. Oh, doesn't die to the creep, lovely. Singed goes for the flash there, doesn't pick it up. Pyke just ending the Singe there, lovely. Great gameplay. Awesome pick by Riven, honestly. Anyone else kind of would have predicted that he would just base, but Bill just knows the limits of his champion. That was actually a lot closer than I thought it would be though. Shyvana really hurt, especially when she wasn't even in altered form. 146,504 on the absolute Gigafed Riven, level 13 to level 10. Looking like a bit of a top gap so far. Aatrox definitely shouldn't have let that death happen where he was 4-1, now 4-4-3. He did have the resources in his hands to make the top side of the map his own, as we see a Black Cleaver purchased by Riven, followed by the Longsword going to be going into Death Dance, no doubt. Black Cleaver as well. I don't think Black Cleaver is as good as everyone thinks it is on Riven. There's some really good circumstances where I think it's quite good. So for example, I like to buy it into a Jax. I don't really like Death Dance that much into Jax. The HP and the ability haste and the movement speed is really nice on Black Cleaver. Gives 30 haste now, especially into Jax. Jax, Aatrox, Fiora, and Camille, because Fiora and Camille do true damage, so obviously Death Dance isn't a good buy. As we see Magifelix checking the Riven. Let's see if Riven's able to clean up here. This could be like a big angle for a fight here. Singe just surviving. Great flank by the TF there that exhaust saved everybody. Riven picking up another couple of kills there. And takes the large Krug, worth. Heads back bot lane to push it in. No reason to base here. We've got people off the map. Time to assert some pressure. We're going to be taking the bottom wave in and attacking the tier 2. We see Aatrox's top lane. Draven clears the wave with his ult. Built looking to base. Decides the tower is more important. I would stay for the tower, to be honest. You kind of want to base when people are spawning, so you're on the map at the same time, like your deployers at the same time. It's actually pretty important to have good deploy awareness. Like trying to be on the map when the enemy is on the map, etc, etc. Otherwise they get pressure for free, take objectives, push waves, etc. Riven picking up the tier 2, gonna be like another 600. This Riven is so fed. Obviously great CS, great KP, and she's taken first tower and tier 2. Looking for some Riven stylings here. This is where Riven gets really scary once she gets those core CDR items. We have a lot of wards though. Maybe overextending a little bit. What was that ice? Oh, Singed has first item Riley's. Missed the body catcher. Oh, that would have been so nice, the fadeaway wind slash. We have the stopwatch into flash from the Karthus. Taking resources off the map just for an ult. Honestly, very worth. Riven's ult's obviously on like a 40-50 second cooldown at this stage in the game, so taking resources out of the map for pretty much nothing is extremely good. We have the Chainsword buy. Very interesting. What does this actually do? 45 attack damage, 250 health, 15 ability haste. Definitely not a bad item on Riven. The stats are quite good. Hackshawn, dealing physical damage applies 40% grievous wounds to enemy champions for 3 seconds. If the target is below 50% health, the effect is increased 6% grievous wounds. We see a Gurren fail an ult there, and Built just picks up a free kill. So, yeah, this is quite good against Aatrox, actually. I quite like this buy. The Black Cleaver as well makes you like a fair bit tankier anyway. I don't think Death Dance is quite as like important, considering they have so much AP as well. On the side of the Singed, the Karthus, and the Shyvana. Death Dance might be a little bit of a salvageable buy because it gives so much armor to start with. Built rotating down to mid here to pick up the wave, as we see his teammates are not on the map. 2 of them dead. No, sorry, TF is dead. Rumble invading. Pyke mid with him. Draven coming out of base. Pick up that mid wave there. 182 CS. 20 minutes. Not bad with that KP, I tell ya. Looking like a juicy red buff in their jungle though. This is where I'd be really scared to be face checking in the jungle if I was the enemy team. We'll grab this red buff. No, Aatrox picks it up. Alright, there's 40 blokes on him. Everyone wants that red buff. Riven should be okay. Even with the singed here. It's just Riven, dude. With, like... what? I can't even see what haste it is. He's probably sitting at about 100 haste. Maybe even more. Great ult from the Draven. Cuts it right across the team fight there. Aatrox will surely fall here as the Everfrost picks up Aatrox as well. Great stun by the Riven. Aatrox flashes away. Riven, no flash on the side of her. She obviously used it to escape before. We have a really big chokehold sort of fight going here. Rumble picking up a great ult there to cut off the Singed and slow down the Karthus. Karthus no flash or stopwatch from the fight before. See if how much further Riven wants to go here. Karthus ult coming down. Riven will shield it. Ult up in about 15 seconds, 10 seconds. Going for a little bit. Okay. A little bit. You know, hey, that's how we get better. Those limit tests. It's alright. That's how he got to where he is today, by limit testing. Maybe don't do it in a 1700 game if you don't know your limits, but that's alright. We see everyone will pick up the dragon. It's not like they didn't get anything out of it. Giving a 1k is like, not the worst thing in the world. It's definitely not preferable. Obviously, giving 1,000 gold across the enemy team, but at the same time, it's not like they got a key objective out of it. Their team was already taking Baron. Built comes straight back across, going into the Death Stance now. They are kind of being forced off the Baron though. Eee. This looks scary. Built pretty low, picks up the Karthus. Obviously doesn't have Zhonya's anymore. Tasty little Warhawk there, I like that. Built can kill everybody here. Level 15 to level 12, it's not even close. Has to be careful with Shyvana, he will die. Eee. I really need to practice those little wall hops over those rocks like that. I haven't actually gone into practice tool and practiced on other terrain. Picking up the mid wave here, surely we look towards the Baron. Or we're just going to go for towers. Shyvana's still alive, I guess. She's pretty healthy. Rumble's just taking her camps. Built will base for the completed Death Stance here. What will we go into last? Cerulda's Grudge, maybe. Maybe a more of Malmortius. Both would be good buys. We have a 5 item Riven at 23 minutes, guys. At 1700 EOS Challenger. Keep in mind, these players, all the players in the enemy team, have played thousands of games against Riven. They know what this champion does. They know how to play against it. This isn't your bronze game where a 5-0 Riven just runs through everybody and everyone starts getting scared of him. They know exactly how to shut Riven down, but build still makes it work. More limit testing? No, sadly. Level 15. Enemy team's still not weak though. This game's definitely not won yet. Magifelix doesn't give games away easily. Still 201 CS. 208 on the side of the Draven. As the fight breaks out near Baron, Build's going to be pushing top wave. This also generates pressure though. Like, someone has to answer this wave eventually anyway, so pushing waves is never a bad idea. Obviously, if there's an impending fight about to happen and there's things that you could be doing more, maybe go. 10-1 and 6, 350 shutdown still. As we see the Pike maybe die? Nah, more saves him. Lovely. No. Yeah, more. Let's see what happens here. Forcing the flash out of Lucian there. There's no way Build dies here. No way. This champion with this much haste is just spooky. Holy fuck. That did so much damage even through Singed ult. Singed will survive though, unluckily. Picks up a free kill there. Draven forces him back into the choke. Lucian did pick up a 500 gold shutdown on the way of the Rumble though. As I said guys, these games aren't over. Like, what? Dude! I literally, like, I was doing a wall jump video. It took me like 15 minutes to get this on like practiced circumstances. What is this sorcery? Are you joking? That's so hard. Dude, for anybody that doesn't know how hard that is, go watch it. Go try that jumping practice tool. I promise you won't get it for like 50 tries. That's insanely impressive. Well played. I mean, I haven't seen him do it before. I'm still going to say it was a fluke, but maybe it wasn't. Maybe he's just that fucking good at Riven. Level 13 on the side of the Aatrox, level 16 on Riven. Once he gets Death Stance, it's a little bit scary because Death Stance kind of effectively has, it's like kind of like a Triumph 2. So if Aatrox gets one shutdown, he's going to be full HP. I mean, one takedown, sorry. He's going to be full HP on the side of the Triumph coming through as well as the Death Stance passive. Build just sitting mid to kind of like toy with the... Okay. Oh. He does have flash. Alright, he's just going to 1v3. No walkers, mate. One more. Okay, triple kill. Lovely. Just decides to end the game. He's like, I don't really need Baron, guys. I'll just go in mid and end the game. I'll just 1v3, no worries. Once Riven gets to this stage with these items, dude, nutty champ. I mean, to be fair, I feel like any bruiser that builds Death Stance can probably do that. Fiora, Aurelia, Aatrox, I've all seen just as crazy things out of them. But Riven in the hands of a one trick, because the thing about Riven is no one plays her. So like, it's always one tricks that do this crazy stuff. It's not just like some random top laner. Like, I see so many pros try to play Riven and then it just never works. Or like they give up in like a week. Because she's not competitively viable because the way her laning phase operates. So pros just don't really have like, it's not worth them to start playing Riven, you know? Because she's one of those champions you have to play for so much. But then they see one tricks do this stuff and they're like, damn, Riven can be really good if you only play Riven. I mean, Build's still a really good top laner across the board anyway. He plays like Wukong, Camille, stuff like that. But his Riven is in a class of its own. I wouldn't be surprised if he hits rank 1. Still got another 200 LP though. In the caliber of these games, it's not an easy task. But hey, he makes it look this easy. The only death that he's gotten is literally from a limit test that he could have easily avoided. It wasn't like a mistake. He just wanted to go and have some fun. Aatrox picking up the Spectre's Cowl here. Obviously, the Rumble being very fed. And Spirit Visage, I think Aatrox goes into, would obviously increase the healing from his Gore Drinker and his Death Stance. So definitely not a bad buy. But Baron is picked up now, so we're going to be looking to end the game with this. Guys, when you have Baron, please, for the love of God, don't fight. You just don't need to. Just push waves in, poke, end the game. I don't think Shyvana will survive this. Riven is literally an Earth champ right now. Dude, what the f... This Shyvana movement speed is off the perks. That was like... She still really hurt him as well. It wasn't like... Do you know what I mean? Like, it's not like Built just annihilated her, she just ran away. Shyvana kind of like did half of Riven's HP. I mean, he doesn't have any magic resist. And she did red smite him as well. But kind of bad because it takes away a lot of Riven's agency in these next fights here with no ultimate. It's probably up in a second though. Sitting on probably around 120 something haste. 123. As you can see, her E is on a 2.75 second cooldown. No, sorry, a 3.2 second cooldown. Q being literally limitless. As soon as Q runs out, it's up every single time. Maybe not now. 3 seconds. Now it'll be up again. Yep. You can do these tower hops as well. A lot of people still don't expect it. As you can see, like Magifelix knows what he wants to do. Like saving the E every time or knows exactly when to run away. Probably could have committed there actually. Ugh. The 1k goes across. Very unlucky. That exhaust, man. Dude, I actually hate exhaust. Can't deal. Alright. Let's see how the enemy team makes use of Riven not being on the map for another 25 seconds. Because, like, dude, you have to remember, this is EOS Challenger, like, above 1500 LP, most of these players. You make one mistake like that, they're going to squeeze the shit out of you. One team fight here as well. As I said before, it's not like anyone's weak. Agoran's level 17. Lucian's level 16. Their bot lane's level 14 and 13, but that's beside the point. They only need 2 carries to be doing damage. We have TF level 15 comparatively to Magifelix, who's level 16. And Agoran is level 17, who was really, really behind the Rumble, and he's just been side laning. I think that's why Aatrox's farm's quite low. He's almost getting Flame Horizon by the Riven, which is, for anyone that doesn't know, it's when you're at a 100 CS deficit to your opposing laner. Riven can side for literal free. No one can answer this champion. We have a level 18 to level 14 top laner. Even if they send Aatrox for Riven, he can't do anything about it. Riven can literally just split for free. If she draws 2 or 3, they just take mid or they take top. As we see her cutting across. She can honestly do either one here. She can go wipe the enemy team or she just go take inhibs because no one can answer her. They don't even have TP on the side of their map. TF obviously on the ally team, so he could just ult in and just stall them. 1.03 attack speed, obviously. I think he's running Alacrity this game, maybe? Shyvana posturing to attack the Riven. We have Dragon coming up in a second. Soul Point. As we take bottom inhib here. It's just not like regular solo queue, guys. These games aren't over, I tell ya. As we look for the Death Brush here, Karthus pushing up mid. Riven putting a lot of pressure on this backline here. They have to commit like 2 or 3 to making sure that she's... Okay, Rumble hits a sick ult there. Oh, that Gore Drinker was really fat. Alright, it's just over. That was a big heal. There's nothing really to review here. Like, this team fight was just, like, lovely. Let's go back here. We'll go slow. We see Built cutting through here. Cyrilda's grudge bite, guys. Can I talk? Cyrilda's grudge is so good on Riven because of Gore Drinker. So as you see, like, her abilities slow everybody down, but she eats so much AoE here. And then as soon as everyone starts dying, she just gets that Death Dance healing, and there's just nothing they can do about it. Look at that healing. 600, 700. Straight away. Absolutely lovely. And that'll surely be the game. Guys, if you enjoy this type of videos, please leave a like and a subscription. It'd make my absolute day. I love you all so much. If there's another player that you want me to review, or anyone else that you're interested in seeing, let me know in the comments. I could not be happier doing these kind of reviews for you guys. Honestly, really, really enjoy them. As I said before, feel free to subscribe. I love you all. I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.